Hello and welcome to my Dagannoth Kings Rex Mage guide. This guide will focus on how to kill the Dagannoth King Rex while maging and having somebody else hybrid the other two Dagannoth Kings. So first of all, the requirements. For all methods, you will probably need 70 plus defense to take less damage. Obviously can be done at lower levels. You'll obviously need gear, supplies, and you also need a hybrid partner. I recommend the Burst Mobs Friends chat that I'll show you later. And they often have people always looking for a mage. For method 1, you will need 92 prayer, 70 magic, and 55 slayer. I would also recommend higher than 72 magic, but 70 magic will work as you will be using the slayer dart spell. For method 2, you need 80 magic, more money, and the ability to use ancients, because you will be relying heavily on the Blood Blitz spell heal. For method 3, it will just be Slayer Dart spell, and you'll need more food if you're just going to use that method. I highly recommend a setup like this, or very similar to this. If you are not on a Slayer task, then I would recommend a Rax helm instead. However, if you don't have a full Slayer helm and you are on a Slayer task, then a Hex Crest will work as well. Amulet of Fury, Amulet of Glory also works. I prefer focusing on prayer bonus. A Hour Dawn cape also works for the prayer and mage bonus, but I wanted the prayer bonus more. Staff of Light. If you're using the Slayer Dart spell, then you definitely do want a Staff of Light. If you are using one of the other spells I'll talk about later, then you can change the Staff of Light around to an appropriate staff. I like the Hiram's Robe top. You could go for Mystic, but it has much lower defenses. I have a Spectral Spirit shield. I like having a high defensive shield there. A Dragon Square shield could also work, or you could just go for a Mage bonus or a Prayer bonus for that slot. Basically, you do want to keep your Mage bonus above, I'd say at least 20 or so, to be more effective there. A Varax Plate Skirt for the defense and prayer bonus. Infinity Boots, you could also go for Mystic Boots. Your best RFD gloves are definitely preferred. I have an Onyx Ring Imbued, a Sears Ring Imbued would be better, or just a Sears Ring works as well, or something like an Explorer's Ring for the prayer bonus if you want that. For the inventory, so if you're using the Slayer Dart combined with Soul Split, this is the setup I'd recommend, because with Soul Split you might not be able to heal all your damage back, so you will need some food, and I'll show you my War Tortoise in a second. But basically, 1,000 casts per 2 hours you're going to be there, and bring a little bit of extra. So I'm bringing 2,000, and I'm planning on staying for about 2 hours. So for 2 hours, one per renewal potion lasts for 20 minutes, and so 6, that's 2 hours. Each of these lasts for about 12 minutes, so that's more than enough. And same with the War Tortoise. I use these just to help me get there and restore once I get there. I have more Cerdoan Brews in my War Tortoise, and this is also for just once I get there to get to max prayer. If you do have Relica teleport tablets, or your house is in Relica, then you can change that to that. And then I also bring an Enhanced Excalibur. This is the second one. It just saves a lot of healing. And then my War Tortoise, I have 8 Cerdoan Brews and 10 Super Restores. The combination of these does make it so I can last pretty much as long as I need to. Once you get used to it, you can obviously change the ratio around a bit. Less Cerdoan Brews, more Restores, or just more prayer renewal so you can stay longer. But this is a good basic setup. If you're using blood spells to heal instead, you'll be able to heal a lot more. So basically you actually will need a lot less food, and you can add a lot more prayer and stay a lot longer. If you don't have Soul Split and you're not going to use the blood spells, then you're going to need a lot more food because you just will not last nearly as long. Once you get to Relica, you want to go to Jarvold right here and go to Travel Water Birth. After the boat ride, kind of want to run northeast, avoiding the bots. Basically, you're going to make your way around the island. You do want to be in this chat. It's called Bursting Lobs. And you want to be in World 48 for a door. And wait around here and just type in need door partner, or DP for short, and wait for somebody to come. Once you go in, you might want to pray protect from range. Basically just run over here to the doors. You have to have 2 people to get through one of these doors. If there's more than 2 people, then it's much easier. And then pray protect from melee if you're in the north, mage if you're in the middle, range if you're in the south. Basically, there are 3 doors that you have to get through. And run over here. I assume there's somebody coming. I'm not really sure. We'll find out. Basically, somebody eventually will come and break down this door, and then we can go break down that door. So I'll pause it again. Then you go down. You noob? Anyway. You go down, pray protect from magic, as those things can hurt you quite badly. Then pray protect from range through this part. You can pray protect from melee, but these generally don't hit you. You can actually go. It is very helpful to take a dip in the pools at Ublag, so that you can basically run through this entire thing. Don't go up that ladder. Go down this one over here. That one leads to somewhere weird. You don't want to go that way. You might want to be praying protect from magic here. You have a few rooms straight of protect from magic. Oh, somebody's cannoning them. Why is somebody cannoning? I have no clue. Anyway, pray protect from melee here. Maybe it's good experience. I don't know. Basically, you just want to go through the ladders except that one room where you have to pay attention. That's the only room, though. I pray protect from range. You can also pray protect from melee. Both work. Yeah, I'm going to run out of energy first. Yep, there we go. So yeah, if I had taken a tip in the pools at Uglog, this wouldn't be a problem, but oh well. And once you get to this ladder, if you did not take a dip in the pools at Uglog, like I forgot to, and don't want to be attacking, basically you want to rest right here. And hope the rock lobsters don't attack you. Depending on where the rock lobsters are, you might want to go behind the ladder. That one was right there, so that was kind of weird positioning for it. If you need some healing, then you can soul split heal on these things. But once you're ready to go, pray protect from melee. And basically just run right through. Once you get here, I want to pray protect from Mage. And this is the ladder you will eventually go down. However, you want to go past it. This is kind of like a safe spot up here. Unless the rock lobster's been moved, but other than that, it's a safe spot. You can wait here for a partner who you'll eventually go into the caves with. Just a quick note on what purse use. I use protect from Mage and protect item. You can use, if you're on leeches, you can use leech Mage, but only gives a 5% boost against Rex because Rex has such a low Mage level. You can also use leech defense, but that's not as big. If you're boosting, then you can use Berserk, but it's not really worthwhile. Basically, you really just need those two, and then Soul Split Flick if you have it. Once you get there, you'll just go in, basically expect to take a little bit more damage that first kill as your hybrid kind of gets used to it, and you get to the safe spot. The safe spot's on the eastern side, and while you're out kind of towards the middle, you want to be praying protect from magic, just in case, because Prime hit huge amounts of damage, up to about 600, and he nearly dropped me during this trip. Once you kind of get to the side, you want to pray protect from melee to make sure that Rex doesn't hit you, as he does hit over 200. And then you want to go over to this spot and basically just Mage Rex from without taking any damage, using Soul Split to make sure that you can heal some of the damage that you take. Also, keep an eye on your health, as the little things around the room can attack with Mage and range, and can stack up to quite a bit. They also can poison, so if you ever do get poisoned, just drink an anti++, and you should be fine. You deal quite a bit of damage overall, but if you're using blood spells, you should heal right out of them. Or if you're using Soul Split, you should be able to heal most of it. You just might have to drink a little bit of brew if you are using Soul Split instead. But basically, just watch out for attacks from Prime, and you should be fine for the entire trip. These are the supplies I used during the trip. It was about 350k, except you'd waste some Ceradomin brews to gain some inventory space. And per renewal potions are not currently that expensive, so that would bring the cost of the trip down quite a bit. This is the main pieces of loot I got during the trip. Just towards the end of the trip, I basically started filling up my War Tortoise with the Dagannoth bones. I would say normally this is kind of a low value in terms of what I got. I didn't get any U-log drops or something like that. But as you can see, it added up to about 200k, so I did lose money on the main pieces of loot. However, I did get a Warrior Ring drop. Warrior Ring's not the best ring. You can get a Berserker Ring or a Dragon Hatchet from Rex as well. So it wasn't the best trip, but I did actually profit off of it overall, so was worthwhile. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped. Sorry if this guide was a little confusing. It is kind of hard to make a guide on the Dagannoth Kings. I don't know why, but it just kind of is. Also, thank you to Rebitor Spar for picking me to win his T2TF Friday thing. Obviously helped a lot. Over doubled my subscriber count and got a lot of views, so it was very helpful. Thank you to him for that. I did get 95 prayer yesterday, and with that, I'm thinking of just going to Corp for a little while. And so I'll probably make a guide on that, on teaming Corp. So hopefully next week for that or something else. Subscribe, rate, and comment.